power of Grayskull?
Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics Hero action figure. Alright, before we get into the review, let's get a little background info on the character for those who might be unfamiliar with him. Back in the 80s, as the original Masters of the Universe toy line was winding down, the plan was to spin off into a new line called Powers of Grayskull. The new main character for this line was going to be He-Man's ancestor, Hero. Known as the most powerful wizard in the universe, Hero was shown off in prototype form, but unfortunately, the line was cancelled before it ever got off the ground, and we never got the Hero figure from the pictures. For years, fans have longed to add Hero to their collections, and now finally, thanks to Mattel and the Four Horsemen, we finally can. Hero comes packaged in the standard Masters of the Universe Classics action figure packaging. One new aspect is that this figure arrived in a white mailer box inside of the normal shipping box. Now, Mattel did announce that they would be switching to this method eventually to help protect the carded figures, so it looks like Hero may be the first figure to actually do this. You'll notice that Hero's staff inside the package is in its closed form. The staff opens to reveal Hero's Spellstone. There are 3 different colors available: green, red, and purple. And as you can see, there is no way to tell which Spellstone you have while he's in the package. The only way to find out is to open him up. The back of the card once again features a plastic hang tag, a look at the many other figures available in the line, and a new bio written just for Hero. This bio does change up some of the information that we once knew about the character. Since King Grayskull now exists as He-Man's ancestor, Hero's story has been adjusted a little bit so that he is no longer He-Man's ancestor, but he did fight alongside King Grayskull. Alright, let's take a look at Hero out of his plastic prison. I think what I noticed right away about this figure is how brightly colored he is. The paint job is really well done. The gold armor is not metallic like the classic prototype, but it still has a beautiful sheen to it. I was quite impressed with it, because originally I was a little bummed that it wasn't going to be metallic, but it really does work great the way it's done. You may also notice that he does seem to have a much different look than most of the Masters of the Universe characters. He is far less barbaric and much more futuristic. This, considering he's from Eternia's past, is certainly interesting. But again, his new bio does explain him as a cosmic warrior, so he's not necessarily an Eternian native. Hero's armor is very similar to that of Hordax. Yes, the half armor returns, and he has abs painted gold. But let's not forget that the original figure was going to have abs sculpted onto his gold armor. So in my opinion, the way they did it here works well. The red cape is made of a very thick, very hard plastic, quite similar to that of King Grayskull. The cape is attached to the entire back armor plate, so it's not removable, and it does kind of limit the posability of the figure. And because of this cape, it's also pretty hard to remove Hero's armor. But it is possible, and it detaches the exact same way that Hordax did. Now, you'll notice that this version of Hero is not the exclusive version that will be sold at San Diego Comic-Con. That version will actually feature a small SDCC logo on his chest underneath his gold armor. It's just a small way to tell the difference between the exclusive version and the version that will eventually be sold online. Now, back to that cape. It does feature a familiar skull logo on the back. For those who may not have ever seen the official Castle Grayskull artwork, the image features a tombstone in the foreground that has this same skull logo. Many have wondered whose grave that might be. So does this skull logo on Hero's cape finally answer that question? I guess time will tell. Let's move on to the accessories. Hero includes an awesome version of the Power Sword, referred to as the Sword of He in his bio. This sword is made of a translucent blue plastic that is filled with glitter for a great sparkle effect. It's also a great throwback to that old light blue Power Sword that was released in the weapons pack back in the 80s. Then of course, there's Hero's famous staff. The staff opens up at top to reveal the spellstone. Mine actually ended up being the red stone. While personally, I think that the stone would have looked a little cooler if it were made of a translucent plastic, it really is a cool weapon. Since there have been no versions of Hero released before, the best comparison shot I can give you is him alongside the original prototype image. I think it's safe to say that once again, the Four Horsemen have done a wonderful job of capturing the original look and updating it. Alright, now let's see Hero alongside some of the other wonderful Masters of the Universe Classics figures. Is sure to be a hot figure. This is the first time he has ever been released in figure form for the public to purchase, so expect him to sell out fast. There are two ways to acquire this one, either at San Diego Comic-Con 2009 or that following Monday on MattyCollector.com. I personally am very happy with this figure, especially since he is a character I have wanted in my collection for years. Do everything you can to ensure that you get a hold of this one, because you're going to love him. Until next time, I'm Pixel Dan. Take care, gang.
Do it, Doc!